Oh, yeah, that one zinging down the tricep it was
down
too.
The tricep as well, yeah. So hey YouTube, Josh here, we've got Ninja with us. This is part 1 of my swimmer's shoulder series that we're gonna do. Probably have about 2 parts of this one. But we're gonna be working on like the posterior of the shoulder today. So for swimming, we wanna be able to get into this forward catching position. So our rotator cuff is a stabilizer for the shoulder, and what we want to be able to do is to be able to get into that position. But some of these muscles in the back of the shoulder here, they do that external rotation. So they're pulling you this way. So if they're too tight, you can't get into that position. So what we're gonna be doing is on Ninja, we're gonna be working all through this posterior cuff to try and allow him to get that better catch when he goes into the pool. If he ever goes for the pool, do you go to swim much? You don't swim much?
I'll be swimming better after. I do take my little kids actually to the pool, so yeah.
Yeah, wonderful. First things first, let's just see, I'll get you on your back first and we'll just see what your internal rotation is like to begin with. So we'll use this arm and we'll just get you to rotate inwards. So it's not too bad for you, Ninj. Do you feel any pain there at all?
No, I'm good.
No, good. Alrighty, and then external. It's pretty good as well.
I'm cured.
You could be a swimmer. There you go. Alrighty. Well, we might just jump straight into some treatment then, just to demonstrate what this would look like on the back of the shoulder. Alrighty. So might get just a little bit of wax, not too much, because we're just going to be doing some pinning and holding in spots, but we're just going to come in.
Sorry for interrupting your video, guys, but I want to talk to you about the MMT Online Academy. So you might have been looking at Ninja and I doing our stuff for a long time now, thinking, how good would it be to work at MMT? But you might be overseas. This is your chance to get exclusive content, updates from us every single day to make you a better practitioner, more new customers, better results, and skyrocket your income. So if you want to be on the inner sanctum, get into the Academy. All you got to do is dedicate 5 minutes a day to making yourself better, and it's just 28 bucks per month. How good's that? $7 a week. Let's go!
Make sure we can get some good angles. So we're looking for, we've got that medial border of the scapula and that spine of the scapula. We're just going to come into here, just press down and hold for a little bit, pressing up against that bone and just trying to find any form of tightness, any form of nodules, tight bands in that area. So we're pushing right into that infraspinatus. Sits right under that, on that back of that shoulder blade. Creates that external rotation. We're just trying to loosen that off to see if loosening this can create a bit more internal rotation in that shoulder. Better catch in the pool. Doing a bit of a glide through there as well. Just following that line along. What are we feeling, Ninj?
That all felt pretty good. There was a couple of little spots, but they weren't
just a little bit of
significant.
A little bit of a warm-up stroke just to try and get into there a little bit, just to get the body aware of where we're at.
Oh, that's a spot there.
There's a spot there, yeah, felt that. So we listen to the client, pushing in.
Whoa. That's it. That's a zinger.
It's a zinger.
Yeah.
Sometimes with these rotator cuffs as well, you can sometimes get some referral down the arm. That's also a normal sensation. So if the client comes in and they're saying, oh, I'm feeling this shooting down into my arm, or even sometimes into the hand and fingers, sometimes that's what we want. We want to promote that. We want to have that sensation.
Recreate the pain type of thing.
Recreate the pain, that's right, Ninj.
The pattern.
It sort of allows us to get a bit more understanding too of what's going on in there.
Yeah, it's an investigation, isn't it, man?
Oh, it's I like to say it's an archaeological dig.
Yeah, mate. Yeah. Don't know what you can find and what's beneath the soil, do you?
No,
you've got to dig.
Got to dig.
Yeah. Can't just guess.
Oh, that's a good one there. Just felt that sort of give a little bit as well. That's good, Ninj.
Yeah, man. Heal me.
Heal ya, yes. Yeah, so swimmers in particular, they do have a lot of shoulder things, repetitive strain sort of stuff going through this area. I myself, in my swimming background, had quite a few shoulder issues. So I've been on the receiving end of this treatment. It can be a little bit nasty at times. Ninja's lucky that his shoulder's not too bad at the moment, but just for demonstration purposes, it's good just to get in here and just show you guys. So it's sort of slid a bit more round now, so a bit more to where it starts to insert. We might even be getting a little bit more of that teres minor as well. So a bit more underneath that deltoid. I can just feel there's a bit of resistance there, Ninj. How's it feel for you?
Yeah, it feels good. Solid connection.
Yeah.
Therapeutic.
And that's what we aim for. We aim for that deep, solid connection. We don't want to be doing too many fluffy strokes along the top. We just want to be making that deep, solid connection, that deep change. These muscles do lie fairly deep in the body, so we need to take our time. We don't want to be too aggressive too soon, because if we do that, the natural body's response is to guard and protect. And if we're trying to release that muscle and they're tensing to fight you, it's counterproductive, isn't it, Ninj?
Correct. It's teamwork. You got to work together and don't force things. Or if you're a receiver and you feel like it's not doing anything, it's off the mark, you can kind of voice that as well.
Yeah.
So you can kind of direct people to where the source is, the pain is.
Yeah, just feel just in there, Ninj. There's just that deep tenderness, sort of tightness, though.
You're onto me. Oh, yeah, that one's zinging down the tricep. It was
down
too.
the tricep as well. Yeah, so you could even be
elbow.
getting some of that tricep tendon as well. The tricep also does cross that shoulder joint, so it's also a good area to kind of look at when you're treating the shoulder. If you've got a shoulder problem, sometimes that tricep can be involved. I'm just gonna slowly sink out of there now, just because there's some other areas of that rotator cuff I want to look at. So that was following underneath that spine of the scapula. So if I get my model again, look at that, it's the same shoulder as well. So you can see this big muscle here, that's your infraspinatus, and there's probably a little bit of teres minor in there as well. And now what we want to be looking at is this supraspinatus. So it sits on top of the shoulder and actually goes underneath that spine. And sometimes when you're moving that shoulder, that tendon can get impinged in underneath there because it threads through that little gap. So that's our next muscle that we're going to be working on through that supra. So again, finding that bony landmark. So we've got that spine of the scapula there, and we're coming in from the top this time. Just sinking in slowly into there. Again, listening to what your client feels. It looks like there might be even a little bit of stuff. You feel that into the top of the deltoid at all, Ninj. There's a little bit of twitching going on.
Yeah.
Again, that's normal. It's understandable, but just making sure you're communicating that with the client as well. Because if this is their first time getting their shoulders treated and they go, oh my God, I'm feeling all this weird sensations that they don't know, letting them understand that this is part of the healing process. Yeah. Good, Ninj.
Bit in there.
And feel that there's some stuff.
Yeah.
So as we saw, Ninja's range of motion's still pretty good, but we can still do some good treatment into this area. So there can still be stuff holding on, even though your range of motion's relatively good. You were saying you've had some stuff in this shoulder as well, haven't you?
Yeah.
Want to tell the YouTube a bit about that?
Yeah, okay. it happened, I think I was about 19, so I'm 51 now, so 32 years ago. Doesn't feel like that long, but anyway, my story was I was playing Aussie rules football back in Smithton in Tasmania, and it was a wet, cold day, and I'd done nothing all day, and we got to the last quarter, and I thought, I've got to fucking do something, and I just went and charged right into this guy that was like a fucking rhino, and just went in head first, into his shoulder first, into him. I just fucking bounced off like I was nothing, and he just didn't even phase him. And
it's a brick wall.
Yeah, I was out for fucking 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Did me shoulder. Just, yeah, so I must have maybe put it out or strained and the whole fucking thing, and it's been crunching ever since. So I've got some really deep groans in there, but I haven't got any pain. But where you are right now, it's definitely, I do feel it in here.
Yeah.
So there's some old trauma, some old scar tissue. And like when I have had really deep work on this shoulder before, that just really sustained deep stuff, it does take me straight back to the moment when I incurred the incident when I had the trauma.
Yeah.
So you kind of, it's like there's a library in your fascia that just sort of remembers these things, and a lot of times the memories can go missing, can be buried and things like that, and that's the way we work. We kind of can bury our traumas, and it's a way of surviving and things like that, but we're still carrying this stuff, and it can be impacting on our life, whether it's a physical thing where it impacts our physical ability to do work and execute tasks and perform, but it might be emotional or mental kind of stuff that we're carrying, and can bring it to the surface and move forward through that as well. So,
well, I was watching one of your other videos on YouTube before that you were saying that sometimes when you're pushing into an injury, the client can say, "Oh, that injury, it feels old."
Yeah.
Like it brings back those memories.
Yeah, mate.
Of like you said, that knock, that solid knock.
Yeah.
Pushing into that spot. It might have been, like you said, 32 years ago.
Yeah.
But the body remembers, and sometimes it just holds on to some trauma.
Yeah.
And doing this sort of work can make a big difference.
Yeah.
So I'm starting to trace a bit more towards that acromion, where that supraspinatus starts to go underneath it.
It's therapeutic.
Yeah,
it's a good ache. A good ache.
Good ache, yes. You're doing well, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just encourage people, get bodywork done. You don't have to have any kind of issues, but if you do have issues, particularly, get it done because it's so good for you.
Well, you like we saw, you've got full range. You're fit, healthy, and active. But even doing this, it's gonna make a difference for you.
Yeah.
So it's very good to get some regular, even maintenance. As well. Particularly swimmers. When I was training, I was swimming 9 times a week, which it's 18 hours in the pool. It's a lot of work. The muscles do fatigue. A lot of these are overuse injuries in swimmers as well. So getting that maintenance, I can just feel we're getting a bit deep in there, aren't we, Ninj?
Yeah, it's good.
Getting that maintenance, getting that regular work to stay on top of things, being proactive rather than reactive.
Yeah.
Alrighty, I'm just gonna quickly sink out of that one. Oh. Good little divot there for my thumb as well.
Yeah.
Look at that. Oh, it's good. We're just going to do one more spot, I reckon. And it's right where all those sort of rotator cuff tendons come in and insert. So you're coming in and you're pushing through the deltoid. So there'll probably be some trigger points in the deltoid as well. But we're going to push through there. And we're going to hit right onto that attachment where it attaches to the head of the humerus, top of the arm there. The shadow might just be getting a little bit in the way there, but we'll sink in there. How's that feeling for you, Ninj?
Yeah, good. Good connection.
Yeah.
Therapeutic.
Yeah, fantastic. You just feel there's that solid tendon sort of feel, because it's that connective tissue now that we're right on. But it's a good, just sit there, let it melt, let it soften. Yeah, good, Ninja.
It's good, man. Just going back to your point before about even if you're feeling normal, like, or you don't have pain, your normal could be better, you know, and you just don't know until you've got contrast.
Absolutely.
You know?
I remember even the first time I ever got some real treatment into an area, I got off the table and I was like, I feel 10 kilos lighter.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is what normal is supposed to feel like.
Yeah.
Sometimes all these little gradual things occur. Oh, a little bit of a twitch there, Ninja, that's good.
Yeah.
Sometimes these things occur so gradually that we don't even notice that we're getting that stiff and tight. So
yeah,
some regular maintenance is key to your longevity.
Yeah.
You know, you service your car.
Yep.
Take that in for a service. We use our body a bit more than we use our cars.
Yep.
So we've got to service this ourselves as well. Alrighty, it's good. We'll sink out of there, like so, and you can probably see another little divot there as well. See, we can tell we're doing some deep work when we're leaving divots in Ninja. We'll get him to jump up and we'll just run through just some little take-home stuff as well. So these little torture devices, these little massage balls, nice MMT branding as well. We can use these at home to maintain our bodies in between treatments as well. So the best thing to do for this sort of area is probably getting up against the wall. So pinpointing a spot on the wall, finding that spot on that shoulder, finding that sore bit and just pressing in and holding that spot, just like I was doing with Ninja with my thumb. You don't want to be moving around too much. You just want to be finding that spot. And I can feel there's a spot on me just about there. I'm getting some good referrals as well. And you just sit there and you hold it and you allow that pressure from that wall to disperse and relax, melt away. And you just find some spots, and once that has started to ease, and that's starting to ease a bit now, you can roll a little bit more, find another spot. So I'm rolling a bit more medial now, and I can feel it's a little bit more in there as well, and I'm getting that referral, typical infra referral into that top of that deltoid as well, and down that side of the arm, which is good. You can tell that you're in a good spot when you're getting that referral. But yeah, just holding those spots and pinning those spots like I was doing for Ninja on the table there, and it will make a big difference.
If I can give it a little plug, Fix It Yourself, 28 videos on all the self-release stuff. So teach you how to do hands-on work on yourself through the broader tools, which are like rollers and things like that, and then to sharp things like broomsticks and balls. So yeah, it's comprehensive. Yeah, it's probably nothing else out there like it. Teaching you the hands-on and the different tools you can find around your house. So yeah, rolling pins, screwdrivers, all these different things we found, and we could just use it to fix yourself. So
yeah, fantastic. Well, that was part one. Part two, we'll probably look at the other part of the rotator cuff, maybe a bit of the pec and the front of the shoulder as well, so that we're not overtraining these muscles on the front in our catch, but we can have that balance, because balance is key. Alrighty guys, thanks for watching. See you next time.
done.